Yo, yo.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend. Maybe a long weekend for some of you. Hopefully. I mean, for us essential-ish workers like myself, and kind of got luck of the draw. Thanks, actually. Open tomorrow. I ain't working. So
Nice.
Enjoy the 3 days if you can. Good to see you all. Obviously, I wouldn't even say the elephant in the room. I mean, the main attraction of this weekend is going to be the divisional round playoffs. And UFC's coming back. Hockey just getting ramped up. Started on a Wednesday. Always love seeing that. NBA, now we're, just sort of working our way into, maybe like not quite, weirdly enough, almost approaching the quarter of the season mark, but more like a fifth,
And a potential shutdown.
And there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot going on, and, all the teams that were unfortunate enough to not make the playoffs, a lot of movement there with the coaching, off-season moves, what have you. And also something smells really, really good. I don't know if it's going on in the backyard over here. Across, my waiting for Wilson to pop up. But
howdy ho there, neighbor.
Yeah. Something's going on. It smells delicious. Tyler, how are you doing this evening? Wilson, how are you doing this evening?
There we go. Oh, man, doing good. Looking forward to just a good weekend of sports. I'm a little disappointed that we're not going to have the whole, 10 a.m., like football starts at 10 a.m. and goes till, freaking nighttime.
We've been ruined by the super wild card weekend.
Super wild card weekend ruined everything going forward, but still,
there's no way to go back.
Still, good weekend of sports. Looking forward to talking about a lot of good fun stuff tonight. Ronnie, how you doing today?
Doing great. As usual, much better now to be here hanging out with you guys, talking shit about sports. Hit us up at the link. Pretty much the most hilarious link that we've ever had. You can read into that as much as you want. I don't get to pick the link. It's generated by StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's a lot of fun to be had with that link.
Definitely.
And hit us up in the comments as well. But, 3-day weekend, baby, can't beat it.
Nice.
And a short week after that, then going on vacation.
Oh, and, beautiful.
As far as the showpiece goes, we'll work it out.
We'll figure it out.
We take this thing on the road. I don't mind those road games. But as you know, let's hit the comments real quick before we get into it. Jaime, here early, as always. Gotta love it. Shout out to Jaime. Tailgate time. And that was at 7:35, the alleged-ish starting time.
Right.
But, there's moving parts. There's things going on behind the curtain. We want to keep some of the mystery alive. But really,
look, it's like a Wu-Tang concert. We ain't going to start on time. Y'all know that.
Yeah, something's wrong if we're not, an hour late.
That's
right. 2 members aren't there. But Jaime also checking in, beginning to end. Stay with us, brother. And Nick coming in, suck at mosquitoes. They keep attacking, but best believe they don't want the smoke. Well, I think they want all this very tender white meat on my ankles here. So they have no problem with that. But it's a little unseasonably warm. Also improving my general disposition right now. San Diego, very comfortable outside. It's still January, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to rain next week. But it was like 83 degrees today. So
dang, hotter than here.
And a couple more here. Let's see. Jaime, Dan Quinn, been hired as the Cowboys as their DC. Yes, we talked about that with Cowboys insider Justin. We may hear a little bit more from him later on in the program. But never mind. All right, now our link is getting blown up.
There it is.
Hashtag BJ Fat. Yes. Yes. Pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Memorize the entire link. Look, having J Fat. Yeah, you got it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
So, in response to you, Lawrence, shout out to Blind Lawrence. What's up, bro?
Ooh.
What's the number? It's a link. It is. I actually have to move your comment. StreamYard.com/ASIMHBJFAT. Hit us up, brother. We will be here with you until about 8:30 this evening.
Yep.
So get at us. But let's just off the top, there's a couple little, interesting odds and ends, and one particular very special thing that Tyler pointed out to me today, and is probably one of my favorite things I've seen in a couple weeks. But in response to Justin's comment, you can't put Taco in the 3-point contest. Taco will fall. Hey-o. Well, Taco, honestly, one of the stars of the NBA bubble, didn't even really play.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he dressed for a lot of the games, but it was just like, here's Taco trying to hit a golf ball. Here's Taco fishing. Anything someone that big
learning
does,
to swim. Learning to swim, that was a good one. Yeah.
Learning to swim, propped up by Jaylen Brown and someone else on the Celtics. I mean,
I don't remember who else it was, yeah.
Low-key star of the bubble just because, like, if this guy's around, anything he does is interesting. I mean, just seeing someone that big do anything, you can't take your eyes off it. So he got in a little garbage time action tonight. And, all right, full disclosure, I'm not trying to go, flagrantly copyright violation here, but this may never happen again. And you know what? I just said let's go with it.
Gotta do it.
We got to run it for the fans. Taco got in and made his presence known with a sick bank 3.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, he bangs it home. Look at the bench. Look at the bench. Oh, the bench. Look at the bench loves Taco fall off the glass. I'm telling you, the bank is open now. The bank is definitely open.
Yes. Put him in the 3-point contest, you coward. And he left the hand up. Just like, I don't know if he was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or it was just like a Kobe thing. Like
little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, probably. I can't call it. But Taco is the guy. Actually, speaking of Taco, I haven't had the pleasure of playing this guy for you guys on the show. But America's sweetheart, Chris Collinsworth, who always trends on Twitter every Sunday night game because. Just because.
Yeah.
I'm not even like Collinsworth. He does know what he's talking about.
He does.
His downfall is just that he can't ever not sound like a condescending dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's just the way he talks, like sort of his general disposition. But this was one I found after the Browns-Steelers game, which, again, Browns Nation, rep up. But it seemed like he was a little, shall we say, apologetic to the Steelers. Like, oh, they're going to come back in this game, let me tell you, Al. But everyone was hammering him for that, or a litany of other things. But someone just posted this. And basically, the comment was like, every time there's a Sunday night game, everyone just hates on Collinsworth. I don't really care for him. But here's a commercial that he did in 1989 for a local taco meat company.
¿Qué tienes de carne de taco? Es muy deliciosa.
Muy delicioso.
Flawless yes. Right there.
He high-pointed that taco commercial. Good job there, Collinsworth. But, yeah, if Taco's hitting threes, I'm in. I'm down. I'm ready. I'm the ultimate Celtics hater. You know I'm a Laker fan.
That's true.
But hate Celtics. I root for people in life.
Sure.
Taco Fall, anything he does, I think that's just like a win for humanity. And him banking in that 3 and, again, holding the hand up. Gotta love that. Bench going crazy. The announcer's going crazy on the broadcast. I'm not going to play it again because I don't want to get sued. But you saw it. If you missed it, watch it on the replay. But a little bit of entertainment there. And moving on to the point of people succeeding in life.
Oh, yes.
And this is going to be maybe my new favorite athlete on earth. I don't know.
100%.
But in a team handball competition today, we had, and I have to, go back and look so I don't, I'm going to butcher it anyway, but Gauthier Mavumbi from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. They are ranked very low in the world, playing against Argentina. Probably not like a powerhouse, but Argentina, pretty competitive in a lot of international sports.
Yeah.
Basketball, obviously, volleyball, soccer, of course, one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, Argentina will probably be in the Olympics for handball,
Rugby, you know. They just took down New Zealand. So
that's true. That's true.
But This guy just, I feel like this was a star-making performance.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get a look at him, you'll know why. Because I don't think the courts have seen something like this.
They're too close. They're not really getting too much effort. But in the end, they smuggle it through to Mvumbi. He gets his first goal of the game. No chance to change him. The suspension is over. And Cornet is back on again. And while the free throw is given, Mvumbi is able to come off. Back on goes Yahoza for him. There was the action. Lovely little flick pass into him by Chitom. He should have gone. Would have been a decent angle. Into the line. He's so hard. Once he gets the block on, you better get around him and back it on the line. Second goal for Mvumbi. If you're behind him, you can do absolutely nothing about it. It's exactly what he does, Weinstein. And they are level. Mvumbi, third goal of the game for the line player. The moment you make that, it's so simple. All the back player's got to do is run to one side, the other player's screen, then pass the ball back.
Too small
Nick
for
and
this
Justin
ride.
thinking the same thing. Look at Nick and Justin's comments back to back.
Yes. James Harden, no. This guy would bang out on James
Oh,
Harden.
he destroyed Harden.
I prefer to think of him as Escalade from the And One mixtape tour. That's what
totally.
my initial thought was when I told Tyler. Escalade. Let's watch this, y'all.
Escalade.
Oh, baby. Duke Tango. Take him to sleep. But, yes, this guy is an absolute unit, in case you did not recognize that. And he's a problem. I mean, look at the guy. He's got everything in the bag.
Take that logo, slap it on a shoe. I am buying that. Forget Air Jordans.
These are going to be, reinforced in the sole, obviously.
Yes, steel-toed.
Steel-toed, yes. But this guy is an absolute phenom. And as you know, we are the Congolese handball show of record on the network. So I do always want to bring you guys, these sort of tidbits. But what a night. They did lose the game ultimately to Argentina. I believe it was 28-22 in favor of Argentina. But he had 4 goals. And, you get this guy on the low block, he's unstoppable. I mean, you saw the guy hanging onto his shirt. Like, it's over, dude. He's already past you. Like, look at the guy in the back right there. Totally defeated. Like, he's almost cringing. Like, eey. Like, I got nothing for that. This guy is a savage.
Yeah, he is, for those of us that watch the NBA and during the 90s and the 2000s, like, it is Shaq. It's just as soon as he gets the ball on that post, it's already over. You've already lost. Look at that. Like, look at it. His turning. He can turn on a dime, jump up. He's got a cannon for an arm. Like, this dude is a machine. Like, I am pulling. I want Congo to make the Olympics this year. I need to see this man on the biggest stage in Japan this summer, just tearing people up, bullying people around. Like, this is my dude. This is my guy. As a fat guy, I have, like, this is my hero.
And this guy, I believe professionally plays in like the 4th division in France. So it's kind of like soccer. You still get paid. Handball, obviously a lot bigger, in the rest of the world than it is here. But I feel like this is kind of one of those star-making performances. You see it all the time. We were just talking about before the show. James Rodriguez had a great World Cup. Boom. He just gets tapped up, moves on. Like, this guy, a lot of suitors got to be out there for this guy. Because, just look at it. This guy is a force. And you need someone just crunch time. He's going to, like, if he turns on you, it's over. Like, he posts you up, that's it, man.
Yeah.
And as Justin points out, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 double cheeseburgers, and a large onion ring. Had himself a hell of a game / meal.
Yep. Yeah, I'm so glad that Roger Sherman from The Ringer posted the video of this guy on Twitter today. Unfortunately, he got taken down because, handball is so big. They don't want people, playing their videos out there. It's, heaven forbid you expose a larger crowd to a star athlete like this. But I'm so glad I found this because it was like, as soon as I saw this guy, I was like, this is the guy.
This is like my spirit animal.
This is the guy that will bring handball to the mainstream.
This is what we need right now.
Yes.
If there's any crossover, if they start a MLS version of handball here, bring this guy over, give him all the money, and just fill out the rest of the teams. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously. Just what a stud. What a stud.
Just an absolute beast. I love this guy. And can't wait to see where he goes in the future. And to Tyler's point, please, Congo, if you get the Olympics, I mean, that's my team. That's got to be the world's team. It's not even America's team.
Yeah, look, if Congo makes the Olympics in handball, that's one of those ones where, when the Olympics get near and near, I kind of look at the schedule and figure out, okay, am I going to have to, stay up late this night to watch something? Am I going to have to get up early to watch it? I'm looking for Congo handball on the schedule. I don't care. I will make time to watch this guy on the big stage.
I will be there for that. So let's quickly swerve over to we got to touch on the Premier League here. This is the weekend lineup. So as you see, West Ham going to Burnley should take care of business, but yeah, you never know.
West Ham.
That is the West Ham way. I know Tyler has some fantasy implications with his wildly successful fantasy Premier League team.
True.
But as you're looking at the lineup there, I mean, not anything super, blowing you off the page, except for obviously Man U, Liverpool, a big rivalry anytime they get together.
They're both at first and second in the standings right now, so that's the big game.
And yeah, as it comes to this season, that's going to be a big game. But come on, West Ham, we got to get some points out of this. We got to get some wins. Let's just be realistic.
Jaime, Wolves over West Brom. I tend to agree with you on that one. Wolves, they're still missing their big striker, but I think West Brom just has nothing for them.
Got to get that new Hand One mixtape.
There we go. I like it.
Yes, and I also did think about this because you saw I think it was the British commentator there on the highlights, but very, very reserved, measured, absolutely nothing he could do about it. Just sort of looking back as he spins on the guy and just wrecks his entire life. And I would love to see some And One commentary put onto handball or either soccer commentary put onto And One mixtapes. Someone out there, hook that up, please.
Oh, dude, if this was an And One tour, as soon as he posts up, turns and makes that shot, half the crowd is running onto the court.
Yeah, the game ends.
Yeah, that's it.
Unfortunately, it's a part of the game. You hate to see fans storm the pitch, but it's no, every game ends like this.
That's right.
The only way you know it's over is bingo. Can the Congo handball team fire a ball? I mean, he's available. He is available. Chelsea over Fulham with a dagger. Well,
Ooh.
I mean, Chelsea should be taking care of business there on the road even, but it's Fulham. It's Fulham, lads.
Fulham, lads.
But we gotta swerve into the NFL. That's going to be the big hot topic of the weekend, and the thing I'm looking most forward to. Before we get into the actual playoff matchups here, a lot of, like I said, coaching movement going on. The marquee one, obviously, we have Urban Meyer. Look how happy he is. Look how thrilled he is to be there in Jacksonville. But, yes, he does come out of retirement, suddenly healthy, ready to go somehow, magically. He will be taking over the Jaguars. They do have a lot of draft capital and a lot of cap space.
A lot of cap space, yeah.
So, I know there was, we kind of kicked around the idea of the Chargers job as far as being a team that's a little bit more ready to go. But for these college guys that want to come in and sort of run everything, this is probably the situation he would be looking for. you got the first overall pick, a lot of draft picks. You got all the cap space, so you can bring in your guys, put your staff together. You never know with Urban Meyer, man. I mean, he's left the last two jobs in, shall we say, uncertain circumstances, and it's just the stress of losing, or something's going on with the program, whatever it is. I feel like that's just going to be more of that in the NFL, especially even if you have a great draft and great free agent offseason, whatever. You're still the Jaguars. I think you're still a little ways away, so we'll see how he rolls with the punches here. But I don't know, Tyler, what are you thinking about this moving to the NFL?
I just, there's some guys, there's some coaches you see that it's like, that's like, he is a college coach, unquestionably. There's other guys who are like, oh yeah, he's perfect in the NFL. Meyer, I don't, maybe it works in the short term, because they're going to have to go for, a lot of young guys with the draft. I mean, maybe they go out and get a big free agent. I don't even know who the free agents are in the offseason. I think he's a guy that can command respect from young men, but what's he going to do with a veteran? Like, is a veteran really going to listen to Urban Meyer? I don't know. I also definitely feel like it'll just be like his last few jobs where, like, look, it'll go fine for a couple of years, and then either they'll lose or some scandal will break out, and then his health goes bad and he has to retire again. That's kind of his, it's kind of weird, man. For a guy that has so many health issues, he seems to take more and more stressful jobs, and that just kind of like doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But I don't see this working out long term. Maybe I'm wrong. Look, this could admittedly 100% be the Michigan fan in me. I don't think it'll work out. I think he's better suited for college than he's the NFL.
I am inclined to believe the same thing. I do think, like I said, I mean, coming over to an NFL team, just kind of getting your toes in the water for the first time, this is kind of the setup that a college coach would want, as far as like, I'm going to not pick the whole team, but, I'm going to have my fingerprints all over this sort of thing. But, I was kind of thinking today, too, the timing of this, and who knows? I mean, I'm sure it's ungodly amounts of money to take that step. We've seen a lot of college coaches try to jump up there and wash out. Saban, even Spurrier, whatever. But kind of thinking about, from the standpoint of like, all right, well, maybe he doesn't want to do the legwork of all the recruiting, all the, as soon as the season ends, even if you win, like Saban's probably out there pounding the phones already in living rooms, getting, like, what are we going to do next year? Blah, blah, blah. So maybe in a way, this is like his chance to sort of stick it to Saban a little bit, just like, hey, but I worked in the NFL, like if it works out, kind of thing. Like, yes, you just got your, 6th national championship, 7th. So maybe you just felt like, what, the money's there. I still want to coach. I don't know what's going on with his health. Nobody knows. It can take dramatic turns, as we've seen. But maybe this is like a last gasp of I wouldn't say a desperate man. I mean, he's well off. He's comfortably
I don't know about desperate,
in stature, but just sort of like, I don't know, maybe just like shove it in Saban's face if he has any kind of success in the NFL. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it definitely gives the Jags a little cachet, with especially the younger players. But just like Jaime was saying in the comments, and Tyler, piggybacking on your point, I mean, now you're talking to, men with kids, like lives outside of football, like this is their job kind of thing.
You're going to be ordering around guys that make more money than you do.
Yeah. So we will see, but definitely got the splash that they wanted there in Jacksonville with Urban coming in. Also, sorry to producer Tanaya, but America's most camera-worthy defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, going to become the head coach of the Jets. Unfortunately, we may never see those eyes.
Please.
These eyes, they're crying.
Please remove that. That haunts me at night.
All right. We'll go back to the more chiseled visage of Robert Saleh. But, yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see what happens with Sam Darnold. Obviously, what they want to do there. They got some players. I mean, they've been just stacking draft picks forever.
Yeah.
I don't think the Jets are just like absolutely horrendous. I mean, hell, they beat the Rams. Freaking Rams. Still never forgive you for that, Rams. But
they beat Cleveland too. Both the teams they beat are still in the playoffs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy was definitely going to be a head coach at some point. What he did with that 49ers defense. I mean, I think there's going to be suitors, multiple for him. So not surprised. And you know what? God love him, taking on the challenge of the Jets. Even if whatever the situation is currently at the Jets, even if it was like a Chargers situation, let's say, where they fired the head coach, it's like, all right, but this is probably like one of the better, easy to slide into vacancies, which the Jets are not. But just the Jets factor, it's like, all right, dude, really? Like, we are the Jets. Yeah? Like, you signed? Okay, all right.
You sure? Are you sure? Before you sign this, are you sure? I want you to fully understand what you're agreeing to.
There is a hell of a lot of curse going on with that whole franchise, so we will see. But like I said, all power to them. The Jets became my team, especially after the Rams. I'm not even going to blame the Jets. The Rams ruined my bet. So, I'd like to see the Jets just rise up a little bit. Patriots falling off. Jets, come on. The Bills, you see they've staking their claim to that division. Dolphins pretty good. Come on, Jets. Just show me something.
Jets harder. No, I mean, I do like the hire. I mean, it was pretty clear that Saleh was going to be a head coach. Like, I think for the last 2 years, he's kind of been like one of the sexy hires that was going to, hired to be, I should say. I wish him luck. You made a good point. Like, the Jets don't have, like, they have some decent pieces. It's just, there's that, it's like the Chargers. It's just, there's this curse that just makes them do dumb things when they don't want to. So, yeah, I mean, look, I say best of luck to the guy. I'm rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him. He seems like a good dude. What he did with, 49ers defense, we talked about it all year. I mean, hamstrung by a lot of injuries all over the field, but their defense still played pretty well. They beat the Rams twice. I mean, they competed out there the entire time, even without Bosa, some of these other guys. So I have no doubt that he's a good coach, but like I said, that Jets, the whole aura of the Jets is just, it has powers beyond what one man can control.
Any mere mortal, yes.
Even with a jawline such as that.
That's right.
And the Falcons also bringing in Arthur Smith to be the other Arthur, I guess, under Arthur Blank. But yeah, I mean, this guy had a great offense too that he put together with the Titans. So not surprised. This guy's also been tapped up to really be one of the hot, NFL head coaching prospects. And we'll see what happens there. Kind of, I still don't know about their offense. I feel like that's going to be a little bit of a rebuild. But, this is kind of the guy that you want, I guess.
Sure.
Building in that mode. Had put together one of the more successful offenses here in recent memory. So good luck to all of them, even Urban. I mean, don't really care for the man, but, I'm not going to, dance on his grave here. So let's see what happens. And it will be interesting. But let's get to the games that will be played.
Do it.
And that is Divisional Weekend. And it kicks off tomorrow at 1:35. As Tyler pointed out, I am also disappointed, but also we already talked about it after Super Wildcard Weekend. I feel like that is not going to go away because the TV dominance that the NFL had in that weekend, I think they're just, once they get a taste, just like
getting that Nickelodeon money, baby.
I need more. So Rams going into Green Bay. Jared Goff is just absolutely a disaster in the cold, even when he doesn't have a broken thumb. We'll see. I mean, Rams defense is great. Probably maybe the best defense in the entire league. But we don't know, what's going on with Donald as far as how fit he is to go.
I heard something. He says he's not feeling any pain, but I would expect any player to say that.
Yeah,
but
you're not going to give it up at this point.
Right. But he is. We know he is going to play.
And yeah, the Packers top defense or top offense in the league. So we'll see what happens. I know the Rams usually seemed like more of kind of like a zone-ish team with like cover 2 over the top, and then you got Ramsey, who's like a lockdown kind of guy. I don't know if they're just gonna like walk him out there with Adams, but
I hope they keep him on him because God, that's going to be such a fun matchup.
I would love to see that. And like I said, Adams just seems like that guy. Like, why is he always open? I don't know. Like, it's week 12. This guy should not get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, this is the one guy that like you should not let get open, and he always gets open.
Just like even when he goes to the sideline, just walk over there, make sure he gets
on the bench. He's off the sideline. Yeah.
All right, we're good. No, I got him. Like, and then just play with 10 guys. Just make sure he stays over there.
Right.
But the weather is going to be miserable. This is the benefit of being the home team in the Packers, and you got Lambeau Field -6.5. The biggest thing for me in this game is like if the Rams get down, especially like get down 10, 13 points, like I just don't know how they're going to make that gap up.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be tough. Yes, the Packers have been prone to letting their foot off the gas a little bit during the season, but it's the playoffs now. I just don't think that's going to happen. So the Rams really got to just like probably shut down the run game at first and then try to get Rodgers on the ground or get him on the run. I mean, because just something to get him out of like standing back there and just like diming people out, because it's going to be a long game for them if that is the case.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I was kind of thinking about it. Like for most of the week, I was thinking maybe take the Rams, to cover. But then, kind of the more I think about it, the closer we're getting, I'm like, nah. I think Green Bay is going to, pull away, and the Rams aren't going to be able to catch up. So I like Green Bay -6.5. And remember, anything we say here is, of course, for entertainment purposes only.
I mean,
Please
it shouldn't need to be said at this point, but it must be said for legal reasons.
Legally, it needs to be said, yes.
And, our new generous benefactor over at Arkansas Slim's Legitimate Sportsbook also wants us to make that disclaimer.
That's right.
Just there's legal implications here, so I cannot, risk any kind of liability for any picks that are made. But
liability or alleyway stabbing, we can't risk either one of those.
Yes, no, certainly not. And that is always a threat with Arkansas Slim.
Always.
Moving on to the next game. And actually, before we get off the NFL, I want to see if we do have a caller here on the line. Let's see if we have him available. Let's see. I want to bring him in on the Corey's Market Liquor hotline. Corey's Market and Liquor, 3221 University Avenue. We do check IDs at Corey's Market Liquor. Bringing into the program our NFC East and now Lions insider. No ID Justin to the program. Justin, how are we doing this evening?
Yeah, man, that was a big follow from the from the Lions news fan account. That was
well, like I said, you are going to be our Lions insider now, so just prepare. A lot of off-season work goes into this kind of thing.
Is that like when you run for office and there's no opposing, there's nobody running against you? You just win by default.
You still have to run.
Nobody else wants the spot.
Yeah, you still have to run. You still have to actually put your name, do whatever, to get on the ballot. A certain amount of petition people put your name on there. But, yes, welcome into the program. And I think for me, besides my, betting interests, Baltimore-Buffalo is probably the marquee game right now of the weekend. Yeah. Maybe the Breeze Brady thing in the last one, but as far as teams that are both hot right now, most competitive right now, you can't really you see the -3, so it's that's the home team. That's always the home team in the NFL. Just kind of what are you looking at in this game? Because I think this is going to be the game to watch over the whole weekend.
I agree with you. We talked on Wednesday. I mentioned to you guys I'm pretty bummed I have to work tomorrow, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it home in time to catch the Baltimore-Buffalo game. This one, I know a lot of people, it seems like, and granted, this is just like my small circle of people that I talk to and associate with. What's up, Jaime? And I do see your Browns over Chiefs prediction. It may not be wrong, man. That was something else we talked about the other day. That there's a lot of Chiefs players that haven't played for damn near 3 weeks now. So that'll be an interesting one. But back to the main one, the Baltimore-Buffalo. Seems like a lot of people I know are kind of leaning towards Baltimore. I guess, recency bias, whatever you want to call it. I thought Buffalo looked great in their last game, even though they weren't even really, going full out, it seemed like. But I just think this game almost shapes up to me similar to the Rams Packers game. This is one of those things where I could see, it's the old adage with Lamar, Baltimore playing from behind, not as potent,
Yeah.
not as dangerous, and Buffalo can score, dude. Like as great
Yeah,
as
they can.
Devontae Adams has been all year, Stephon Diggs has had a tremendous year. Dirty white boy in the slot, Cole Beasley gets his
Yes,
catches.
sir.
Um,
Yes.
Singletary out the backfield. I think they have a lot of weapons on offense, and Josh Allen is just playing with so much confidence right now. I really do think that this could be a situation where Buffalo just gets out early and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like they're a very opportunistic defense as well. A lot of playmakers and a lot of ball hawks out there. So you could see a scenario where, I think if you get Lamar having to throw a lot, he's probably going to throw a turnover, man. I still don't think he's the best passer on earth. I think he's one of the worst passers in the league. But he is, dude. When he gets out on the run, there's something really, really special about that guy. Like and I know everybody always brings up Barry Sanders anytime a guy looks explosive like that. But there is some essence of that. Like he does not seem to lose speed when he makes a cut. Like
Right.
he is
Yeah.
full speed cuts and he's gone. Like his acceleration is tremendous. So, if he can get going on the ground, but again, that's I just think Buffalo has too many weapons offensively, and Baltimore's not going to be able to go tit for tat for him. I think Buffalo is going to get out to a 2-score lead, and then they're kind of just going to control the game from there. So, yeah, that's the way I see that one going. Now, granted, a Baltimore Ravens fan, right inside the house there. I'm pulling for the Ravens.
Look,
It's just I don't know, man.
I think the Bills are. I think both teams are hot right now. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Bills are just really clicking right now, and Allen is having just incredible season. The thing I will say about Lamar, because a lot of people, like haters, are just like, oh, he's like a running back, he's one dimensional, whatever, he's gonna get hurt. Like he probably will. Like this window, it doesn't
Yeah.
last forever. But right now, he's in the window. And he's clearly like the fastest guy on the field when he takes off.
100%.
Like he's running past
100%.
DBs. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
if he just busts out, like you're not gonna get him. Like so he can just get you 2 touchdowns and like 150 yards rushing, and that might flip the game on its head. I want to believe in the Bills. I got my little bet over there at Arkansas Slims, but we'll see what happens with it.
What
It's not
one
pay
thing
out a ton.
One thing I'm kind of curious about it, because I just looked up right now. I started thinking about it. Right now in Buffalo, it's 36 degrees. It's raining. What's it going to be like tomorrow night? Like, if that snows out there, that does take a little bit away from Lamar's game. I mean, it's hard to run in snow. It's hard to run in a slick field. So,
And it's
I'm
even harder
curious.
to throw when you're not a great passer. So
It does, but I think a lot of that's being overblown too. I heard, Lamar kind of made the like kind of, sarcastic comment, I've never played in the snow, and shit like that. I heard somebody quoting his numbers today. He's actually done really well when he's playing in sub 40-degree temperature, like for his
Okay.
career. He's actually done
Okay.
really well. And I will say, for guys that can run, dude, like you get out on that snow, when you're carrying the ball, you know where you're going. You know what I mean? Like it's the defender that has to react and make those hard cuts and those hard pivots. So that
True. Good point.
I could even almost see that swinging, that has the potential to swing it the other way. If it is, slick surfaces, that might be something that Lamar can take advantage of. And one thing that I will say, Josh Allen is no slouch running the football either.
No, he's not.
It would not shock me if
he
there's
likes
some
to mix it up and take off.
if there's some prop bets out there for like over unders on quarterback rushing yards, I take the over for both of them, depending on what it is for Lamar. But I think the two of them are both going to be using their legs quite a bit. I mean, let's be honest. This is the combined age 40-something game, not the combined age 80-something game that's on tomorrow afternoon. So these guys can run. Tomorrow afternoon, those guys aren't running at all.
Yeah. And as we look, I think to me that's the game of the weekend, just as far as like intrigue goes.
100%.
Besides my betting interests, again, entertainment purposes only. Cannot stress that enough. Please believe that. But speaking of my betting interests at Arkansas Slim, and I don't want them coming at my kneecaps, so I do I'm on the hook for $5 here, and he will hunt me down like a dog in the streets.
With a forklift, mind you.
Yeah, and nobody wants that. I mean, that's brutal. Like, it's a very slow and painful and heavy death.
Mhm.
It is.
But 9.5. I mean, yes, the home team. Yes, the Chiefs. Super high-powered offense. As we've talked about, all three of us. Some guy, I could see a little bit of a slow start. Problem with the Chiefs is once they get going, it's just like you can't stop it. Like sometimes it just gets out of control. I mean, we're not going to see the same thing. Let's just be honest. What happened in the Steelers game was just insane. The Steelers were just not – their heads weren't in it at the beginning, and then it's like all of a sudden you've just been punched in the face and you're down 28-0. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to see that. But and you're going to have fans in Kansas City. But come on, Browns. I obviously I'm rooting for the win, but maybe some action on the cover, besides my bet.
They're going to cover.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I like the cover.
Either way, but yeah, 9.5 is a lot in the playoffs. That is a ton.
That's a very high amount. It's a very high amount. Now, granted, you get 3 for home field, but still, what's that? So 6.5.
So that's still 6.5.
Neutral field.
In a
That's
playoff
amazing.
game. In a playoff game,
that's amazing.
Like every playoff game hits. It feels like there's always like a quarter and a half where it's just like punt, 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 because these teams are good. Like they can get the other team off the field. Like even the Chiefs. Like okay, yes, it's kind of a transcendent offense, but in the playoffs, it kind of slows down and it kind of just like, it's not going to be like a 58-point game, So that 9.5 that's a lot. So I kind of like that. Probably, let's just be honest, probably the Chiefs. But come on, Browns, you got my heart.
Kareem Hunt revenge game.
Let's get, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't even know. He's coming back and he's going to beat up the Chiefs outside of a hotel room. I don't know. I'm not going to get into what may or may not have happened.
Whoa.
that took a turn I didn't see coming.
That escalated quickly.
Well, wait.
But now, Ronnie, I'm with you on this one. I like Chiefs to win, but I like the Browns to cover that 9.5. Look, I think it'll be a fun game. I think it will be a case of like Cleveland might come out strong to start. The Chiefs might start slow. Cleveland will get an early lead. But at some point in time, Patty Mahomes he's gonna wake up, whether it's in the second quarter or the fourth quarter. It could even be a case where the Chiefs are down, a couple points on that last drive. But the problem is you gave Mahomes the ball with a minute left.
It's never safe.
Now he's going to score in like 18 seconds. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good game. But, yeah, I definitely like the Browns 9.5 on that one.
Just the Chiefs' offense is, yes, Mahomes. So everything goes through him. Like, he can do stuff no one else but Mahomes can do. But they just have – it's like, all right, you got Kelsey. Linebackers are probably too slow to guard him. And then defensive backs are too small. And then you got Hill, take the top off. Then you got a couple good running backs out there. Like, any way they need to get that first down.
Let's forget Bell's even there.
If they need a first down, they're going to get it. Like,
do we see Myles Garrett on Travis Kelce? Do we see that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can see that. Kind of trying to jam him up on the line.
He's got to be the only linebacker that can run with him or even close. So, that could be something to watch for. That'd be a good, fun matchup to watch.
And also Jaime taking a shot at Arkansas Slim, which I would not recommend.
Absolutely not.
He seems like the kind of guy you do not want to cross.
It's a man I'd hate to fight.
There's a man I'd hate to fight. He is very serious. But, hey, good luck, Jaime. I don't know about that. The long-term prospects of that it doesn't seem safe. But, God bless you. And we move on to the old man game of the weekend, the ultimate, the finale of the weekend, the Breeze Brady Bowl. This actually, I don't know, the -3, you're just getting the home team. Breeze looks, I won't say he's totally washed, but he looks very hurt. And you never know what Buccaneers team is going to show up. So this is going to be a weird game. That's all I could say about it. I think this is going to be a good game as well. I'm more intrigued by the Baltimore-Buffalo game, but this also has all the makings of a close game. You see the -3 again, but is it going to be close in a man? The Buccaneers just like they got all these guys and they suck, or man, Drew Brees, he's just old. Like, what are we going to see in there? So interesting in that way, but not going to be like the can't take your eyes off it kind of thing that I feel like the Baltimore Buffalo game is going to be. But definitely a good matchup. I mean, they played each other twice already, so
I'll just get in quick. I'm shocked that this is the late game on Sunday. I can't believe there wasn't concerns for Drew Brees and Tom Brady's bedtime. I thought that this should have been a probably a 5:45, 6 a.m. kickoff for the two of them.
they're already grumpy
for 2 hours
Wheel
and
of
had
Fortune,
breakfast.
they're already grumpy.
Yeah. So no, this old man battle, dude. This is this is. Would you pay money to watch two senior citizens fight each other? This is essentially.
I have.
Yeah. So, and this is free. You don't have to pay money for it.
Right. Even better.
So, and each of them has 10 young dudes with them. You know what I mean? So it's it'll be fun. It'll be a good game. But yeah, I agree with pretty much everything Ronnie said. I haven't seen enough from Drew Brees this year to give me confidence. On the other side, Tom Brady seems to have been kind of finding a rhythm towards the latter half of the season. Healthy Chris Godwin, healthy Mike Evans, Gronk.
Healthy Mike Evans.
Yeah. Gronk looks sprightly out there. I'll say Gronk. They put the old meat hooks on Chase Young last week, so I'm sure he's rip roaring and ready to go. And Ronald Jones running the ball, Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette looks like he's got fresh legs. So I just feel like Tampa Bay is going to be too much in the grand scheme of things. But New Orleans defense is very good. They got a great front. I'm sure they'll be able to pressure Brady. But I'd have to take Tampa Bay in that one, honestly.
And hopefully the Saints defense wasn't lulled too much into a false sense of security by playing the Bears. Yeah, exactly. The loosest definition of a NFL playoff offense, I guess. That you could
put some respect on the MVP's name. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, MVP, of course. The only one in league history, by the way.
Yep.
But
I don't think he gets the trophy until he takes a slime, bro.
Oh, of course, that's the rule. We all know that.
You can't walk away from that slime.
No.
But real quick before we get out of here. Let me see. Well, we got 2 minutes. I'm going to play I just love the Fight Doctor intro.
Gotta play it.
UFC is coming back, and we are checking in with the Fight Doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the main event of the evening.
the heavyweight champion of the world.
It's time
For Kaylee to move on. It's been a while since we've heard that intro. I just realized it's been like 3 or 4 weeks.
It's got to feel good. But the UFC is back, and Fight Island is back in the new year. So, Fight Doctor, hook us up. What are we looking at?
So Fight Island is back. The fights will actually be broadcast on ABC, which is so weird. Like, I remember a few years back when the UFC signed the deal with Fox, and they had their first big fight on Fox. I was like, this feels weird, but it also feels kind of right because Fox, they're alternative programming from back in the day. So fights on ABC it's crazy, but I'm here for it. They're going. The main card starts around noon. So we're looking at the main event running up against the start of the NFL playoffs. Maybe a little, bad foresight there. I don't even think that was Dana White's call. I mean, they already had the contract with ESPN, so that's probably ESPN's call. Like, hey, we're going to put it on here. And, whatever, leave that up to them. But I'm looking forward to this card. I think we got some good fights here, just kind of 4 fights on the main card that really stuck out to me. Of course, the main event, we got a featherweight fight between the former champ Max Holloway and Kelvin Kattar. Holloway's, he's lost his last 2 fights to Volkanovski, both decisions. The last one, some people call it controversial. I just called it a split decision. You can toss that up either way. But he's also lost 3 out of his last 4, which kind of puts him in a weird spot because He's still good enough to be a title contender, but, lose 3 out of 4, not the best of looks, obviously. Meanwhile, Cater, he's won 4 out of his last 5s. The only loss he had was a fight of the night decision against Zabit. So, hey, that's going to happen. And Dana White even said, if Cater wins this, he's probably going to get the next title shot. So Cater's really looking forward to that. As much as I like Cater, I'm probably going to go Holloway. I still think he's, class of the division. Cater will get there. He will get there probably the next couple of years, but right now I like Holloway in that one. Co-main event, we got another old man battle. They're ripping off the NFL this weekend with Carlos Condit and Matt Brown. I think there's something like almost 100 fights combined between these two.
War horses.
Yeah.
And also, on that note, before we close it out with the fight doctor here, thank you, Tyler. I did want to bring up Hyman's comment. Well, Bucks get in the way of 60 Minutes. I love that show.
True.
And I feel like, at their age, both Breeze and Brady also love that show. They're going to be pissed that they're still out there.
Oh, yeah.
I just got to see what's going on in 60 Minutes.
They got to see what report John Stossel is going to be doing this week. But so co-main event, again, Carlos Condit, Matt Brown. Condit, former interim welterweight champ, but he's lost, I think, 5 or 6 of his last few fights. This is also the last fight on his contract, so I'm fully expecting him to leave and jump ship to Bellator, get signed there and have some fights. Matt Brown, he's also lost, I think, 6 of his last 9 fights. The thing Brown has going for him is he actually has the most knockouts in the UFC welterweight division. And I think he has the second most in the UFC overall. I'll take Brown. I don't really feel confident in either guy. It's probably not going to be that fun of a fight, but
it's going to be grizzled as hell.
Yeah.
You know that.
Then just want to give 2 quick shout-outs to the other cards in the main fight. Santiago, I always forget how to pronounce the guy's last name, Ponzinibbio, taking on Li Jinglong. I like Santiago in this one. This is his first fight in, I think, about 3 years. He was a guy he had a 7-fight win streak going, but then in November 2018, he got nasty staph infection, which turned into a lot of other things. Actually had some life-threatening issues. This is his first fight since then. It's just kind of a feel-good story. If you watch this guy's interviews, he's got high energy, seems like a super nice guy. I'm pulling for him in this fight. Hope he has a good performance and can get back in the welterweight rankings. And then the last one, just kind of mention this because we've talked about this guy in the past. But there's a middleweight fight between Joaquin Buckley and Alessio Di Chirico. Joaquin Buckley was the guy that had that crazy spinning face kick last year that got the knockout of the year that everybody saw online. He, in an interview, said, I want to have an even crazier knockout of the year, which I don't even know what you could even be thinking of doing that. But look out for him to do some fun stuff on the card.
And it's just good to see UFC back, dude. I mean, they went so hard in the super peak of the shutdown quarantine, one of the first sports to come back. Yes, a little bit of a snake oil thing with the Fight Island, but the fights were good. They put on, fight night. They put on, whatever little pay-per-views, whatever. During they pretty much had some on every weekend. So.
Well, they're coming back hard. They've got this fight. They've got a fight Wednesday night and then a pay-per-view next Saturday, the McGregor-Poirier rematch.
With McGregor.
So they're coming back hard.
Buckley should pace himself, man. It's a little early to be going for fight of the year, buddy.
Hey, he's just setting the tone for everybody else, saying, look, you want to take my crown. He's setting the standard early.
Come and get it. But we got to get out because I know we're running a little over time. But thank you guys all for calling in, Justin, commenting as always. You guys have a good, safe weekend. Enjoy the NFL playoffs. Enjoy the UFC is back. NHL is back. I mean, let's get after it, man. Sports are not going away. Yes, it's different, but we still got sports going on. So just let's make the most of it. And Wu-Tang. Also, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Diversify y'all's bonds. Diversify y'all's bonds. Y'all know the drill. We love you. Keep the fire.
Disney's making moves. And this guy also believe in your dreams.
Please believe that.
Go, James.